We wish a very beautiful day for everybody and welcome from our studio in the week of transformation, Týden, proměny. And it's my great pleasure to welcome today here with us my friend and precious guest, Russell. Dorothée, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's really great pleasure to have you here because I was thinking maybe I know you even more than 10 years right now.
Absolutely.
For the first time, we met in one of the Brandon Base, the Journey seminars, and you were doing a beautiful yoga there all the time, which in my view, bring yoga into me, and I started to do yoga since then. So it was really great for me, and you were all the time very helping with everything and doing everything for us. So it was great. Thank you very much for coming here, Dorothée.
Thank you very much. And I didn't know that I infected you with yoga. Yay!
Yeah, that's lovely.
Beautiful.
And at the beginning of our interview, I would like just to ask you if you can share with us some of your life experiences with regards to changes, transformation. What you did, what happened to you in your life?
How to answer this in short. I had many transformational experiences because I had a bit of a rough start in life, I would say. So I was troubled youth.
Okay. Wasn't
very healthy. Was into drugs and sex and rock and roll and the whole shebang.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was. And I was not a healthy person, really not.
Okay.
And then I had children.
I see.
And I knew I had to do something about my own connection to myself and to life.
Okay.
Because I had some knowledge, some gut feeling that if I don't heal myself, if I don't grow and transform, I'm going to pass on this to my children, and I didn't want to do that.
Okay.
So I went into self-development and a lot of things. But eventually, my family and we were moving to South Africa. And in South Africa, I decided I will study psychology. I need to know.
I see.
And I thought maybe understanding my troubles and understanding why I feel the way I do could help me to heal and to grow out of it.
Okay.
Well, when you study psychology in South Africa and you want to be a clinical psychologist, you have to work very practical right from the start.
I see.
So, because I had already studied in Germany, I could start a little higher up in the program, and I had to work immediately. So I joined a welfare organization, and I went into trauma counseling and addiction counseling, which was very good for me, and relationship counseling and all of this. And there in South Africa, I had the biggest transformation of my life when I realized that it was not about simply understanding what was happening, but about really connecting to my feelings.
I see.
And connecting to my body, my somatic experience.
Okay.
And it was in South Africa that I also met the Journey, because they were part of, because we were, I was working in a welfare organization, so we were giving treatments and trauma counseling free of charge, and we had a hotline. Okay. And the Journey came in, and they had a program called Journey Outreach, which was intended to pass on this beautiful method to the people that can't afford it. And because we were helping in the really poor centers in the slums and in the areas where people were living that had nothing, but sicknesses and trauma, nothing else, like starving children and all that. And because we were working for these people, the Journey gave us that beautiful tool so that we can distribute it.
I see.
And when I started to do that journey work, I didn't really know what it was. I was like very innocently going, because I need this for my clients.
Right, yeah, of course. It's all the time like this.
Not about
not
me.
for me, not for me, yeah.
Not for me, I need it for my clients. But when I realized that I had actual problems feeling my feelings, that was my first big switch in my life, that I realized it's not about understanding it, it's really about feeling it, feeling the connection, and then physically feeling it. Well, you know, I've stayed with the journey until now, so 20 years later, I'm still serving at the seminars because I really believe it's a beautiful method to help people to feel and to go through the emotions and find their true self, find source in themselves.
Of course.
But what I also observed is, because I was working with a lot of really traumatized people, really severely traumatized, and we are talking about things that you don't even want to read in the newspaper. So I realized we need some tools that help the body, the physical body, to release what it has kept for so many years. Because my body had kept the trauma that I was going through myself.
I see.
You know? Because it wasn't easy, okay? So in my past, I had experienced emotional abuse, sexual abuse, physical violence, and you know, all the addictions and the drugs and everything. So I myself had a body that was tense and holding on to a lot of trauma. And I realized one reason why I could not feel my emotions freely was because my body was not allowing it. My body said, it's not safe, we don't do that, we don't go there. So I was afraid of my own experiences. I was afraid of my own emotions. And when I realized I'm not the only one, this is when that yoga came in. Because I found a way to use the body to access the emotionality and in a gentle way to release the trauma and the tensions from the body so that the beautiful mind can start to connect the dots again, connect and understand. So I'm using the physical body to release the trauma and the emotions so that the mind can finally understand what was going on. That was my second big hoo-ha. To realize I need to connect to my physical experience of the emotions. I need to liberate my body from the holding against.
I was able to experience this in one of your seminars later then, of course. And it was really for me very interesting and useful to feel my body. Not only to feel emotions and working with thoughts, but really feel my body and let it do what it has to do.
Because this is what I had lost when trauma happened in my life. I had lost the trust in my body. I had lost the trust that I am safe, I have survived. It was almost like I'm living in constant survival mode without realizing that I'm alive. I was kind of like held on the strings of my past experiences, not wanting to go through it again. So I was so scared, so afraid to, well, I don't actually know to what. I was just scared, you know, I was just scared to die probably. You know, it felt really, really scary. And with the somatic things that I was doing, and I was inventing them for myself, to be honest. I was collecting whatever worked for me and then passing it on at the seminars because I realized I needed to find the courage to feel my body again, to have the courage to actually allow the release to happen. Because initially emotions don't feel really good. It's great discomfort, you know?
Of course. I know something about that,
And so I needed to find this trust in myself, trust in the body, and the courage to actually allow transformation to take place. Because you know how it is. I mean, we were in India together. You know, when life pulls the carpet under you, when life pulls the rug under you, and you're like, oh my God. This is the moment where we need to remember that we can trust life, spirit, ourselves, that we can allow ourselves to fall into source, to fall into, back into who we really are.
Yeah, mentioning India, of course, it was a great experience for me because, as you know, I'm mostly mental type, and all the time there are some thoughts coming into my mind. And just in India, in Arunachala, in this one of these caves, for the first time I just could sit and having completely no thoughts. So it was for me a really unbelievable experience.
Yes.
And then I remember how we were walking together up to Arunachala mountain in this completely wet and very high temperatures, weather. It was really something.
It was monsoon time, wasn't it? I'm not too sure. I don't know anymore.
I know. I think it was February or something like that. It's really great stuff. Do you like this kind of special places to combine it with your work as well?
Of course, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, how can I say? When you want to reset, when you want to allow the body to go through transformation, it is important to feel safe wherever you are.
Yeah.
You know, it's important that you can feel that there is a benevolent force, that there is some safety that you are cradled in.
I see.
And the good thing about these amazing spiritual places is they deliver that energy for us. You know, you don't have to work with it. But I'm doing seminars in the Czech Republic, in Prague, in wherever, Lipno. There is a beautiful energy.
Okay.
And still, it's not the same as sitting in Arunachala in a cave. But you can create that sacred space even in your living room.
Right.
You know how it works. You do that all the time.
I'm trying.
it's easier when we are supported and held and cradled in strong spiritual places. But it's not a necessity. It works just the same at home.
So all this, your personal experience, you could then take and bring it to your method, which you call emotion, right?
Yes, I call it emotion with a little slash between the E and the motion, because I want to point to the fact that an emotion is energy in motion. This is why I'm writing it this way, because this is what I noticed, that the energy was kept and held like stuck in my body, and when I allowed the emotions to flow, the energy in the body would also flow, and then the energetic state changes. And I took everything that I had learned from psychology, from the journey, from yoga, from shaking, from the Africans, you know, from the tribal drums and shaking and everything, and I put it all into a big goulash, and I said, whatever works. So I'm combining, at these seminars, I'm combining the understanding of how does my nervous system actually work? How come that I get into survival mode and then I'm holding in and I'm holding on for dear life? So how is this nervous system connected to the emotionality? You know, how come I'm getting into fight mode and I need my anger, or how do I get into flight mode and I'm running away in fear all the time? And how come that I freeze over sometimes like this? I'm teaching this nervous system, but in a very basic form, you know, like easy to understand with a simple model. And I'm also teaching emotional regulation. So not only how can I regulate my nervous system, how can I release stress and trauma, but also how can I regulate my emotions? How can I make friends with my emotional experiences instead of running away from them? And I think the combination of understanding something and feeling something and experiencing it in the body is what does the magic.
Great.
It makes it easier. It makes it normal.
So your seminars are not only about sitting in the chairs, listening to the teacher and making some notes, right?
Not quite. We actually don't have chairs at my seminar. So there are no chairs at the seminar, simply because we are working with movement. You know, so the emotion techniques is largely using body up approach. Okay, so we call it bottom up when we use the body to process. It's a top down when we understand something, but the bottom up for me is the faster way. And there are things that we cannot reach with our thinking mind. Like you and I, we love to think, we love to understand. I love knowledge really dearly. And my cerebral personality, so my needing to understand, needing to know, had to step back a little bit so that transformation can take place. Because it's readily available all the time. It's just that we don't feel safe enough to go there. We don't dare, we don't trust enough to actually allow the process to happen. And at my seminars, I'm taking people out of the normal circumstances of, like sitting and nicely detaching and just being a big blob understanding.
Okay.
And I say, okay, yes, you have an amazing mind, but you also have a very strong heart and you have a body that is really, really intelligent.
Right.
So we allow the body to lead the way.
Great.
No chairs. I mean, you can have a chair if you want one.
Yeah.
You can't sit on the floor for too long, it's fine, you can sit.
I remember
But,
it well.
Yeah.
Moving all the time, and what I love on your seminars is really experiencing everything by myself.
Yes.
Because, all these teachings are very powerful and deep, but when you do not experience it by yourself and make your own view and experience, it's just talking about this, of course.
And this is what I also discovered myself, for myself, is that I already know enough. It's really more about remembering. And it's not that I need to accumulate more knowledge necessarily, but I need to remember my own truth. I need to remember what I already know, because the body knows a lot. The heart is very wise. And it's cool to understand this and that and, my patterns, my ego, how do I get out of there? This is wonderful and great, but at the end of the day, like you said, it's about experiencing it as a union between my somatic experiences, my emotions connected to it, and then understanding, and then it feels like, whoa, all the light bulbs coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you can share with us, Dorothy, what are the major principles of your method? What are the building blocks of your emotion method?
Okay, because it's about getting the energy in motion again.
Okay.
A big part of it is actual movement. So it's really about how can we use our body and our physical and somatic experiencing to let go of our patterns, to let go of our holding, our trauma, and to actually reset or allow transformation to happen. But a big part is also understanding, beautiful mind, understanding the nervous system as such. Okay? Because I did not only have a nervous system, I was a nervous system, And I needed to understand that sometimes it is not really life, it's not reality out there, but it's my own nervous system filtering the reality out there in a specific way that I get really, really scared, that I feel really, really cornered. So my inside experience has something to do with how my nervous system is set. And this is why at these seminars is why I teach a little bit about, what is this nervous system doing? And once we have a basic understanding, it's like human being 101. It's the basic course in being human again. And once we have an understanding of, this is how it works. Makes sense. Of course, I know from our own experience. Once we are there, then we use breath, movement, shaking, to really process what is still holding us captive. So it's about completing the experiences that we are still having stored in our emotional backpack or somewhere in the body that are kept in, So all these somatic therapies and the emotional release work and the understanding of the nervous system behind are the building blocks, I would say.
And what should we really know about our nervous system, Dorothy?
That we are nervous. What we need to know about our nervous system is that it's here to help us. But it's running on autopilot, which is wonderful for the best part of your day. It's amazing that your body does the work for you. So when you're running up the stairs here to come back home, your body's pumping blood, your heartbeat goes faster, you breathe. But once you arrive on top, your body calms down again, everything good, you know? And when you are really sitting, like we are sitting and we're having a conversation, your body calms down. But then when we have emotional topics, then maybe we get a little bit more agitated, you know? It's all running by itself, which is wonderful. Unless we have had some traumatic experiences or big things happening, experiences that have, that have made our nervous system stuck in an area.
Okay.
So you know angry people.
Yeah, of course.
We have a couple of angry people on this planet, and they are stuck in the fight mode of the nervous system. And the people that are riddled with anxieties and fear and that are afraid of everything out there and everybody out there and us and them and all this separation in fear is because the nervous system is stuck in the fear mode.
I see.
And then we have people who are shut down and depressed and really absent and numbed out, and they are using whatever they can to numb out. They are stuck in the freeze mode.
I see.
Yeah. And there's another mode, I mean, fight, flight, freeze. Many people have heard about that before. But there's also a mode that is called fawn, like the deer in the headlights.
Okay.
The fawn mode is people pleasing. So we know a lot of people that are, or calm, people pleasing, making peace like this. And this is because we are stuck in a survival mode. We are not free and open to be appropriate with the situation now, but we are stuck in an old pattern. And it's very good to realize, do I have this area in my body? Like me, I was stuck between fear and frozen. I was like, you know, I was numbing out, trying to calm down my emotions with drugs and everything, with addictions. But when I was activated, I was in fear mode. So I was kind of zigzagging between that. But I was never really relaxed, open, like this. Thank you for that breath. And you notice what? When we were talking about this openness, immediately you took a breath.
Yeah.
And this is what we need to know. Our nervous system makes us hold the breath in tension. And our nervous system makes us release the breath when we're calming down. You do that automatically. And it helps when you become conscious of what your nervous system does for you in the background, because then you can also consciously make a choice and say, okay, I'm going to sigh to let go of tension. I'm going to use my breath to calm down, or to put some more energy in if I'm in a numbed out state. So being conscious of what our nervous system is doing on autopilot behind my back is useful, so that I get back into the steering wheel of my life, so that I can say, wonderful, that I can be relaxed, and maybe I need some more energy in this situation. Or I'm getting really wrapped up now, I'm feeling activated, so maybe I need to calm down before I take action. It leaves us choice.
Right. Yeah.
It's like you can drive your car. It's a little bit like, you know, when your emotions are a little bit like children, okay?
Okay.
You have them, you know, and it's not okay to get rid of them.
Okay. Yeah.
You just have them. But when you're driving your car, you want to sit behind the steering wheel. You don't want to have your emotions taking over. You don't want your anger to rule the show. You don't want to fear to rule your life. But you want them to be on the back seat and inform you nicely, and you want to take care of them, and you want to be friendly with them, but you don't want to have them behind the steering wheel. And this is what a lot of people experience, that they are not driving their own vehicle in life, but that their emotions have taken over. And this is a moment when I say, okay, it would be a great idea to learn some self-regulation.
Yeah, I remember before I was a very angry person, you know. I had to dominate, I had to manage, I had to rule almost. And it was very hard for me, especially when my daughters were growing up. And I had to dominate with anger and everything, and they were crying. So this was for me like completely no-go zone, that I don't want to experience this anymore. And something in me was driving me all the time to go into this fight, to use my anger and dominate.
Yeah. This is the beauty. We are both a fan of the Enneagram, aren't we?
Right, yeah.
The ego work, no ego work.
Of course.
So this is also something that there is a close connection between my own ego type. So how have I locked in these defense modes? Because that anger, when you need to dominate, it's actually a defense. You know, you're trying to achieve safety for yourself and your family by using your anger. But this is the ego mode, okay?
Of course.
The ego, the big bodyguard, jumping out of the bushes all the time. But it's almost as if you have this amazing big toolbox, but you're only using the hammer.
Yeah.
I had a different ego. My ego was running on fear and creativity. I was just too fast for anybody, you know? Just be faster and entertain yourself with life, you know? Go for the pleasures. Don't stop long enough, you know?
Yeah.
Keep all the options open, no commitment. That was my ego. Different version, but it's the same fixation in one way of doing it. And you noticed with your loved ones, and I noticed with my loved ones, we're not doing them justice. We are not being present and available and guiding them and supporting them and protecting them, but we are trying to manage them and to dominate them and to get it our way, you know? And with realizing that my predominant mode of operation was flight, you know, was nervous system flight mode, and that my ego was using this, pushing me into the trance of, I need to run away now. I need to get out of the situation. I cannot be bogged down, you know. When I started to realize that my ego was running the show now, okay? I said, enough. It's enough, okay? And
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. But it's I think the true humility, the true being available in life, being present, can only happen when you get to know your ego a little better, you know? And whether you do that by looking at your nervous system or your emotions or your behaviors or your patterns, doesn't really matter as long as you become aware, you know? And when you start to become aware, there's so many beautiful tools for liberation and transformation. You know, you're doing this whole thing here about transformation. So for me, it was important to connect the dots, you know, my nervous system setting, my emotions, my ego bodyguard. That was my, how can I say, my aid. That's how I found it easier.
Right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Dorothee, for explaining us about the nervous system. And I'm also very interested in inner child.
So the inner child work is very, very dear to me.
Okay.
Because it's the work with the very tender part of ourselves.
I see.
And I, for myself, I had to really face down the truth that I had a part of myself locked away in prison. Myself. I had locked a part of myself away. Because when I was a child, some of my needs were not fulfilled.
I see.
It was easy to say what happened that I didn't like violence and all of this. I could have named it maybe.
Right.
But what I could never name at that time, and it took me years to actually arrive there, was to put words to what did not happen.
Okay.
Because I felt, without knowing this, I felt emotionally neglected. I felt not seen, not loved, not supported. I felt actually really alone. I felt lonely. And it was almost a feeling as if I was homesick at home.
Okay.
You know, I didn't feel the connection, the love, the warmth, the belonging. I didn't have that.
Okay.
But I could not name it. So I had a big hole in my belly, in my existence. There was like a hole of emptiness. And I was kind of running on empty. So where do I take self-love from when I don't feel it?
Okay.
How can I support myself? How can I reparent myself when I don't even know how to support myself? And for me, in my case, there was a part of me as a little child that was punished for being
I see.
emotional.
Yeah.
There was a part of me that was shamed and felt embarrassed when I had certain kinds of emotions, when I was weak or sad.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know whether you ever heard that sentence, but it's a very German one. Don't cry or give you a reason to cry.
Yeah. We use it as well, or we use go out and come when you are come back when you are normal.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I don't want to do parent bashing, okay? I don't want to, because my parents did the best they could, but they were survivors of World War II. So
see.
their main
Yeah.
thing was survival. It wasn't
course.
necessarily being all emotional and all of this. And at that time, and really until I was in my 30s, I could not put words or a name to my experiences. And I just knew that something was missing. And it took me really to do inner child work for myself, develop my own meditations to get in contact with this little exile part of myself that I had locked away.
Okay.
It was as if my ego bodyguard was standing in front of the door. No one will get in.
Yeah.
No one will get out.
It's too dangerous.
Too dangerous. We
Yeah.
don't do this.
Okay.
But that part, my wounded inner child, was also the part that was missing for my aliveness. So my whole creativity, my wonder, my awe in life, all these sparkling qualities that you see in little toddlers, in children, that was the part I had locked away too. So I needed to make a deal with my ego to say, okay, let me just get to my inner child and you will have an easier job.
Lovely.
And,
Yeah.
So we tiptoed our way together, and when I finally met with my wounded inner child that I had locked away so badly, I had to cry a lot. I had to do a lot of grieving
I see.
because
I
of what
see.
I had missed. And the really interesting part is, once I had done my healing and took my inner child at home to myself,
Okay.
when I gave my inner child a home and I was in contact and in conversation with my wounded inner child, all of a sudden she began to inspire me. She began to make me creative and loving and all this gratitude and wonder and this wow, life. That came back, and it made me so alive, And this is something I think that people get, when you get in contact with somebody who has done this kind of transformation, who has undergone their healing, however hard it would be, but you get this little spark. I think it jumps.
Yeah.
And also the amazing thing was, once I was in contact here and I had healed that and I had reparented my own inner child, all of a sudden my parents changed. At the age of way beyond 70, okay?
Yeah.
We're talking about old parents.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there was a loving relationship and a supportive one and, hugging and saying I love you, which had never happened before.
Yeah.
Simply because something had changed. I had become fully myself. And that tenderness that we need to come to our inner child, this is what I love about the work.
Okay.
Because I don't want to just push and, but do it a soft way, do it in a humble way, do it in a tender way.
Yeah.
And then life is wonderful. My parents are still alive, by the way.
Excellent.
And we go on holidays together, well, small ones, because they are really, really old now. But we do small little excursions, and I really enjoy every day I have them in my life. And that wasn't always the case.
This is really great that it can change our relationships with regards to our parents, So.
And not only my parents, because of that hole I had in myself, this emptiness I felt, I was also contaminating my own relationships, my marriage,
Of course.
my parenting style and my friendships. So my wounded inner child would just jump out of the bushes and overreact, like having a tantrum, or pouting and like being sad or withdrawing, punishing other people, manipulating, all these things we do in our relationships and with friends or at work,
Yeah.
they were connected to that wounded inner child in me. So whenever that wounded child, when somebody got near the cage,
Yeah.
I got triggered. And with that work, my relationship changed profoundly. And not only did the relationships heal, but also it's spreading. Because when you heal the relationship with your children or parents or partner, something happens in their families and circles of friends too. So the healing that is available is enormous when you just
Right.
have the courage to go to that very vulnerable part.
Yeah. And Dorothy, coming from your personal experience, what would you like to suggest to people when they are coming through very hard part of their life? They are coming through maybe deep transformation, but they are not still there. They don't know how to go there. They are afraid of making some changes. They are afraid of living their lives sometimes.
Yes.
What can you suggest from your personal experience? What works for you?
I have to make a suggestion that's not easy to take on board.
All right.
Connect. Because when we get wounded as children, or when we get so disconnected from our emotions or our inner children or something, when we get disconnected, our automatic mode is to withdraw, to protect, to defend against other people. But actually, as humans, we are made for connection.
Right.
And there is one amazing tool in our nervous system that goes on autopilot when we connect to a safe other being.
Okay.
Our nervous system can calm down and heal in co-regulation. So by simply hanging out with somebody who feels safe, who is calm and regulated,
Yeah.
can help your own body, your own nervous system to calm down enough so that they can heal. So this is what we do at the seminars a lot, that we first create this field of safety and connection,
I see.
so that the individual nervous systems can start to and in that container of connection and safety, healing happens automatically, as you and I know.
Yeah.
You don't
of
have to
course.
do anything.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah.
But to connect is step number one. And people are often shy to ask for help.
Yeah.
And they are shy to go to seminars. Oh, other people, and what do they think about me, and too many people. But my recommendation is really look for a place of safety. Look for a place where you can be authentically yourself, where you can connect to people who are on the same path or like-minded, so that you use that amazing co-regulation
Yeah. Yeah.
to heal
Yeah.
and to transform.
Great. And Dorothy, please tell us a couple of more words about your seminars, about what you do with people when somebody would like to go and to see you in your seminar.
Yeah.
What is it about?
What is it about? I have a variation of seminars by now, so I have adapted the same modalities more or less, but for different purposes. So I have one basic seminar that teaches us everything about the nervous system and about how trauma happens.
Okay.
And it's called emotion trauma release. So it's really about, okay, how can I heal my nervous system? How can I reset into being alive, being resourceful, being an adult, having all my possibilities, all my resources?
Yeah.
And then the second seminar, or a parallel entry-level seminar, is the inner child.
I see.
This is where it's so very delicate,
Yeah.
I love that one because I'm
I
a
see
big-
it.
yeah,
I
I
see
know,
it in
I
your
know.
eyes how you love this seminar. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, because it's so tender.
Yeah.
But because it's so tender, it's so real. And the fastest way to transformation is actually really to own all your parts, to bring them home, okay? To connect all the parts that you have avoided, rejected, abandoned, left behind, denied, to get them back home. And this is so fast and so deep, and it's a lasting transformation.
Okay.
Because you become yourself, you become authentic, you become you. Or you reset to who you really are. You become your real self,
Right.
which very often also gives us a spiritual connection.
Okay.
Because trauma disconnects us first from our own experience of the body and the emotion and everything. It also disconnects us from other people.
I see.
It disconnects us from our society, our tribe, our families, but it also disconnects us from the spirit realm. And this is the thing. In trauma or in these experiences, we feel utterly alone. So at the seminars, we usually take the first day to connect or to reconnect, to establish safety, to remember our safe place.
Yeah.
Because we all have one, we've just forgotten.
I see.
If you
Yeah.
wouldn't have one, you wouldn't be here, okay? Nobody can survive that. But it's a matter of remembering this. So these are the entry-level seminars. And then a very, very new one that is just out now, that is really starting afresh now, is about relating and relationships.
Okay.
It's called Connect Deeper.
Right.
Because this is what we want to do.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
want to really
yeah.
connect, but on a deeper level. First of all, of course, to ourselves, and then also to the significant others in our life. Our family of origin, or our family here, or friends, or work, or our mission, our purpose. And what happens when you got traumatized or when you got disconnected from yourself, it's also that you don't feel the connection to purpose anymore.
Okay.
Many people don't really feel their mission, their path, their purpose because of that disconnection. So in that seminar, we're actually resetting our brain to connect to ourselves and other people in a deep way. And I bring in a little bit of the attachment system too, because we attach in different ways depending on our first experiences with our primal caregivers.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have developed something very distant where we need a lot of space. We have to be careful. We don't want people to come too close. But we can also develop something that is more anxious, like trying to hold on, not getting abandoned, like
right.
this.
Yeah.
And also we can have both at the same time. So you never know, are you coming or you're going? And although we know that there are a lot of people who have secure attachment, usually they have secure relationships. But when we have this relationship drama and when we have these tensions, also in the workplace, or with our children, then it's a good time to look at, okay, how are we connecting? How are we trying to connect? Are we actually daring to connect intimately? And that doesn't mean sex alone. Intimately means like really showing ourselves, being ourselves authentically with another person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in this intimate mode, of course, there's a lot of vulnerability involved.
Of course.
Because you have to trust somebody to let them in. Yeah.
Mm.
But what if you've never learned trust because you grew up with a lot of pain and neglect and everything else? So where's the trust now? And this is what we want to do at this Connect Deeper. And then I have a coach training, actually.
Good.
I'm training coaches and
Excellent.
therapists in this method.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching about the nervous system, about being present, about holding space, and all the tools that we are using, obviously, including the Enneagram and all of this. So
that's excellent that if somebody would like not to have it for themselves, but to work with other people, that
Sure.
they are able to come and to
Absolutely.
learn it. Yeah.
Because, I collected so many tools.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that every coach is a unique being. You all have your own methods. You have got your own life and your own experiences, and you distill them through yourself.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pass on what worked for me, so that others can find what of these tools can I integrate into my practice.
Yeah.
So
And
it's advanced work, but it's and it's a
Right.
fantastic community. So the first round of coaches is running, and it's like, oh my God, that tribe is just, I love them.
Yeah, this is lovely all the time when you go somewhere to learn something, and it's not only like I'm learning something, but there is the community, and you are meeting people you like, and you share this energy, and you are everybody in the same. It's excellent. It's great support for learning and growing. And also, as you mentioned, relationships, it's really a big issue for us
Yeah.
at this time here.
Yeah.
Because maybe we even do not understand that we should start with ourselves. What is my relationship towards myself?
Yes,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't know what your experience is, but when there is a direct seminar about relationships for couples or intimate love life partners, it's so sensitive that oftentimes people don't even come. They are
Okay.
interested, but they don't go there because it's so
Okay.
vulnerable, it's so confronting. And this is why we opened it a bit wider. We said families and all kinds of relations. Because our observation is that at the seminars, once somebody went through the experience at the seminar and found their healing and found their authentic self and the connection to themselves, they start to bring the friends and the family. And so sometimes at the seminars we have half the room who's there with a friend, a partner, a child, you know, their relationships.
Yeah.
And we realize that there is a big need of healing for our relationships. And this is why we're trying to package it in a way that it is accessible, so that it's not so scary, you know. Because some people stay single not because they choose to, but because it is so difficult for them to allow somebody in, to allow intimacy to happen, to allow the connection and the trust to be there. Because it's a big ask.
Definitely. And it's great to have you so close here because you are living in Munich or near Munich right now, right?
Yes.
How is life there these days?
Oh, Munich is beautiful, but
Yeah.
cold at the moment. We had more snow than here.
Right.
Munich is amazing, but I love Prague and I love really the region here because there is such an honesty, such a depth. And I think there is also, I don't know whether you're rebels by nature or whether you are just being authentic or truthful. I don't
Maybe
know.
both, yeah.
Both, yeah. But I love this because there is this thirst, this love for truth.
Yeah.
And I feel a difference already between, I don't know when I started, maybe 10 years ago or so, I don't know.
Okay.
But there's already a difference.
Yeah.
So when I started, there was still, the sharing was a bit slow. You know, people didn't really dare to share themselves and their experiences. There was a lot of guarding and hiding and, you know, like careful.
Okay.
But now there's a lot more of connection and openness and willingness to share and the recognition in each other. So when we have shares at the seminar, it's like, wow, you know, and you see that people recognize themselves in the other. So it's like great experience. So I love coming to Prague.
Yeah.
And the Czech Republic as such.
Good. And what are your plans for next days, weeks, months? What do you prepare?
Well, this weekend I have the Inner Child seminar. The one
Okay.
that's so dear to me.
Good.
But then also we are having the other seminars running I think in March and in June. So there is a couple of seminars coming here.
Okay.
And the coach training again in January. So we actually want to open a next round for the coach training too. So that is going to be next year or end of next year.
And I really love on your seminars this moving, this shaking. When I was doing shaking with you for the first time, it was really something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, shaking is so simple.
Yeah.
And it's so effective. And yes, we do it with beautiful music and we cover, you know, like, yes, you can do that, but you can also simply just shake it all off because it resets your nervous system so quickly. And these old techniques that are really not rocket science. It's so simple. I think simplicity is what's probably the thing of the seminars. It's simple.
Yeah. Excellent. So maybe we should shake every day, right?
I do.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, because I notice that I'm holding. So when something happens, you hold your breath and your body goes into some tension. Maybe you realize, and you sigh out and you let go. Maybe not. And then you realize an hour later, oh, I feel so tense. My neck, my back, my everything. And then I simply shake. Why would I hold this? So I'm not I'm not tolerating pain anymore. In my
Great.
distant past, I would carry injuries and pain and tension forever. No, thank you
No
very
need
much.
now.
No.
Good.
Why would I?
Yeah.
Breathe, shake, move, do something about it, but don't just let your body suffer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's painful.
Excellent. You know, I'm doing yoga each morning, not a very long one, but like 15, 20 minutes. And the major part is this sun salutation.
Yeah.
And you learned it a
Yeah.
couple of years ago, that it's not only like yoga, but it's also pray for something.
Yes.
So I'm able to pray every day for something what is really important for me,
Yes.
even for the day, how my day will looks like,
Yeah.
what I want, what I will do, whom I will meet, and just put there this pray and do yoga in this, and it's really great for me.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's so quick, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
however long you want to do that. But this is why I repeat it and at the seminars more than once, because the yoga sun salutations that you can see everywhere on YouTube, it's not a problem, you can find them everywhere, but they are not just a movement up and down and back and so on, but they are intention setting, they are prayer. It's called the Surya Namaskar, it's the greeting to the sun with this, the eternal, the big, the eternal one. And I love it to use it in the intention setting, because like you say, when you get up in the morning and you allow your body to move and open and stretch, you feel the energy. You feel the intention rising in the body. So you don't have to do all your thinking, ooh, ah, but you can really feel it, it carries you. And when you start your day like this, like you say, it carries you through the day.
Right.
And it makes such a difference, because then your whole body, your heart and your mind, they are in one direction. And it's not a prayer for I want a Ferrari, but it's the prayer for truth. Yeah, well, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
It's not what you're praying for.
Of course, I don't want Ferrari.
No, but it's really, it's truth praying through you.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean about the connection and the purpose. We can run through life disconnected and running after external things. But this is never going to fulfill us.
Of course.
But what is filling us and nourishing us and carrying us is when that purpose, that prayer inside, okay?
Yeah.
When the meaning that this life has for me, when this is living through me, guiding me,
Right.
this is when it starts to, make sense. And then it's like following the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
So you simply put yourself into that connection and then it flows by itself.
That's really great, and I think you had a beautiful video on this, right?
Yes, I do.
Maybe we could share it with people, because it's
Beautiful.
really very inspirative.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Like a present from you
Yes,
to them.
my little gift to you.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yes.
Good.
And it was actually filmed in Bali, so it was actually nice to look at.
Okay, great. So, Dorothy, for the end of this beautiful interview, meeting, it was really pleasure to meet you this way again.
Likewise.
Here in Průhonice. What would you like to mention for our people, for anybody at the end of this beautiful meeting?
Well, my wish for everybody is have the courage to be yourself. Dare to be you.
Great. Excellent. Dorothy, thank you very much for coming
I thank
here.
you for having me. Thank you very much, really.
It was very nice time to have here with you, and enjoy your life as you do it so far. Be so smiling and shining for us, and it will be my pleasure to see you soon, sometimes, somewhere, maybe soon in your seminars.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you everybody for watching us. Thank you.